The Indignatio, or exciting of indignation or ill will against the opponent, is one of the three parts of the peroration which serves as the end or conclusion of the whole speech. It is a passage which results in arousing great hatred against some person or violent offense at some action. Cicero lists 15 topics he advises can be used for an effective indignatio. And now, the case at hand. Officer Miller stands on trial for the murder of 17-year-old Jack Smith. Under no circumstance should anyone's child be tased to death. To pull over a young man and give no indication why you've done so. To attempt to forcibly drag him out of the car without so much as a hello, and then to finally say, fuck it, which I've quoted you saying from your dashcam footage. And to tase the young man not once in the heart, but twice, for an upwards of 20 seconds each time. Only then to drag his limp body out of the car and onto the sidewalk. But not before handcuffing the teen who is so dearly clinging to life. The amount of authority this man holds over another is the mere weight of his badge. Why must the child have been judged by a man who has wielded his authority haphazardly? A man who has disregarded his training and let his emotions control his actions. If this man is found innocent and let free, who's to say he won't commit the same crime again? This isn't a matter that applies to one person alone. The entire community's livelihood is at stake. Your child, the judge's child. Who's to say that he'll stop with children? We could all be next. Just because this doesn't affect you today, doesn't mean it won't affect you tomorrow. And now imagine, if every police officer was as quick to use poor judgment, or was as quick to pull the trigger, what kind of world would we live in? If this man is deemed innocent, what would stop another cop from murdering your child, or your loved one, and claiming it was in the name of the law? The answer is there wouldn't. The defendants of similar cases would point straight back to this case and exclaim that if innocence was deemed, then they should be deemed innocent as well. If this had just been a random person, then the case would have already been closed, and the man would have been deemed guilty. But we're dealing with a police officer. Our police officers. Our police officers are the very men who are supposed to prevent incidences such as this from happening. The very men who took a vow to protect the community in times of need. This behavior is inexcusable for those who we place our trust in. If that had been your child, imagine the feeling. What would you do in the situation? Would you be content with letting this man walk free? I'll give you a second to think about it, to let it sink in. Even those who I despise, or unworthy of the overwhelming wave of emotions felt from losing a child.